This is Dick, WB2JPQ, and I'll be the moderator this evening for the East Coast Reflector Youth Net, number 131. Our youth director, Carlos, on 1CBM, is on assignment tonight. Some of you worked him as aeronautical mobile this morning, probably between 10 and 10:30 on 20 meters. He had a flight, worked quite a number of stations. I only listened for a few minutes, but I think they're safely on the ground wherever they landed, and he's probably on his way home. He knew he wasn't going to be able to be here tonight, so I'm sitting in as the moderator. Tonight we have Grayson with us, as always. He's our senior little net controller here, KG4BUT, and we have River, KR4GIP. And Ivan, he sent in on our group email that he's probably going to be a little late, so we're going to put him at the end. We're going to work half-hour sessions here tonight just in case he doesn't make it. Grayson's going to start off with the first half hour, and River's going to do the second. And if Ivan makes it, he can do another half hour until he runs out of check-ins. So we run a little over. We run an hour and a half. That's okay too. We don't have any time restraints. As always, you can text in. We've only got 4 or 5 text check-ins tonight already. 716-317-9050. From your phone, that's the easiest way to get on the log. Tonight's question. The kids come up with the questions the week before. And tonight's question is a little difficult question. When I saw it here on the log, I had to stop and think to myself, what's the worst thing you've ever eaten? I know that River, she's got her opinion tonight. I haven't asked Grayson. I don't remember what Grayson's answer were, but we'll find out. Let me introduce the kids here for a minute, our young youth, and they're the future of amateur radio. So Grayson, why don't you come in and say hello, introduce yourself, tell them where you're located and how old you are, and how many times you had to go to the principal's office this week.
Luckily, none. No times of... No, have I ever last, but I don't think. So that's not really what schools do nowadays. Yes, I am Grayson, KG4BT, located here in Orlando. I am 12 years old and control operator for the first half hour of Youth Net. Back over to Dick.
Grayson, and I know darn well you never had to go to the principal's office. You're too good of a student. I know that. What about you, River? Good evening to you, KR4GIP. Why don't you come in and introduce yourself and tell everyone who you are and where you're located.
Alright, thank you, Dick. I'm River, and KR4GIP, and I'm in North Carolina. And I'm super excited for the Youth Net tonight. Back to you, Dick.
Thank you, River. I see Ivan just came into the Zoom room here. I guess he's home. He made it. Ivan, if you hear me, give me a thumbs up, and I'm going to send... There you go. I'm going to send it over to Ivan. Boy, you talk about being down to the wire. Ivan's with us, KE2GEF, and I'll let him introduce himself. Go ahead. Good evening, Ivan.
Good evening, Dick, and everyone else in Youth Net tonight. Just barely made it. Yeah, I had some family stuff to do tonight, so, yeah, I just barely made it. Yeah, we were there from like 5 o'clock all the way down, and we just arrived like 3 minutes ago, so managed to get my computer up and running in time. Rare sight. Anyways, my name is Ivan. I am 11 years old, and I will probably be taking the Baker slot tonight. Anyways, back to you, Dick.
Thank you, Ivan. Thanks to each and every one of you for coming in here and helping us, and certainly helping us promote what we've been trying to do for 133 weeks, our Youth Net. I did say we'd go a half an hour. How would you say we do 25 minutes apiece? Grayson's going to start us out tonight. And once again, I'm the moderator to everybody. If you don't know our new format, I'm going to take some check-ins, and I'm going to send it over to Ivan. And he'll do the net for 25 minutes. And when he needs check-ins, I will get them for him. And then we'll go to River and do the same with her. And I forgot what he called it, the cleanup crew or something like that, but Ivan's pretty good cleaning up at the end and giving us our stats and so forth. Vicky's on assignment tonight. Mark's in here in the logging room with us, KE2EDS. We appreciate the Mark. So it'll be easy on the both of us. You got the Godfather and Mark and the three kids tonight. Let's take, I got some check-ins here. I'll be a text check-in. I got Bernie, AA8WY. I got Jay, N3DQD. Randy from West End, I got W2RBC. Bob, Ecorse, Michigan, KRAU. We have Sal from Cheektowaga, New York, W2SAL. And Jim from Jacksonville, Florida, AK4G. And I see David from Sacramento, California, just popped on the log, N6QDY. Well, let me see if we have any mobiles. Any mobiles tonight that would like to get up at the top of the list for the Youth Net. Mobile stations only. Once again, this is Dick, WB2JPQ.
K6CS, Alpha Kilo 6, Charlie Foxtrot.
K6 GBZ, Kilo 6, Golf Bravo Zulu.
I got Tom, Mobile, K6GBZ, he was Mobile, and I got Ed, AK6CF, Ed, I haven't talked to you for all, Mobile. Anybody anywhere? Twice and slowly, please. The key word here tonight is slowly, and Mark and I will try to get you down here the best we can. So anybody anywhere, we'll get you a nice list started here tonight.
Echo 8, Papa Mike Kilo, Kilo Echo 8, Papa Mike Kilo.
Kilo 2, Charlie Mike Tango, Kilo 2, Charlie Mike Tango.
Quebec 4, Papa Oscar Kilo, Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Oscar Kilo. Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Bravo Sierra. Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Bravo Sierra.
Whiskey Echo 7, Charlie Golf India,
Kilo
WE7,
Charlie Oscar
CPI.
Please check me in. No traffic, IO. In and out, great evening to the net. Monitoring.
Romeo Golf, again, November 0, X-ray, Radio Golf.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, November. Victor Echo 3, Tango, November. Kim, 0 Ontario.
Let me just hold up here a minute, guys and gals. Hey, boy, I should know your call sign. I talk to you every day. We missed the Tim. Please, one more time, Tim, twice and slowly, please. VE3 Tango something. I just can't pull it out.
Okay, say again. Victor Echo 3, Tango, Golf, November. Victor Echo 3, Tango, Golf, November. Kim, Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Tim, my apologies. I should know it by now. We talk to you every morning. And just before there, before Tim kind of a little pile up there. Was it N0XRG? We need a correction on N0XRG or something that resembles that. 0 X-ray Romeo Golf. Right, it's Ron in Baytown, Texas. All right, we got you. We got Hector in Jacksonville, Florida. We got VE3YBS. We got KQ4POK. We got Mike K2CMT. We got Chuck KE8PMK. We got Tom. I guess did I say Tom? Yeah, I said our two mobiles. I'll take a few more. Did we miss anybody? We'll take a few more. We'll get this nice list started, and I'm going to turn it over to Grayson. He's going to start with our two mobiles. So, anybody else like to get on the list here twice and slowly, please?
Whiskey Echo 7, Charlie Golf India, WE7 CGI.
Kilo Echo 2 Echo Golf Foxtrot. Kilo Echo 2 Echo Golf Foxtrot.
Kilo Romeo 4, Echo Zulu Romeo, KR4 EZR.
November 7 Sierra Hotel. That's November 7 Sierra Hotel.
All right, let me hold up there. It's a nice list. We got Dan N7 Sierra Hotel. We got Happy. That's a good Ellendale Beach, Florida. KR4EZR in one of our net controllers. Ivan KE2EGF. And Mike from Wiki-Wachi. Haven't heard you for years, for a long time anyway. Mike, I don't know if it's been years. WE7 CGI. And I said Tim from Windsor. I'm going to turn it over to Grayson, and why don't you take about 25 minutes, Grayson? We'll tell you when it's up, and I know I went on here for 12, 13 minutes, so I don't want to take your time. So start with our two mobiles, and we'll go from there. Grayson, it's all yours. This is WPQ.
Alrighty, thanks, Dick. You'll start off with AK6CF from Hollandale, Florida.
Evening to one and all from Hollandale, Florida. Glad to hear the youth are out there and growing. AK6CF.
Oh yeah, the question is, what is the worst thing you've eaten?
The most thing that I have eaten, the most, would probably be hamburgers, the most.
No, the question tonight is, what's the worst eaten?
Oh, the worst. Well, nothing really comes to mind because I can eat anything, but I'm sure probably bad fish. Some kind of freshwater fish I really didn't enjoy.
Alright, since we see it, next up, K6GBZ, Tom from Cameron Park, California. The question of the night is, what's the worst thing you've eaten?
This is K6GBZ, Tom. Thank you, Grayson. You're doing a great job. And hello to the rest of the net and those that are supporting you, Grayson. Worst food, I went, in the Philippines, I went to a family party and had this wonderful stew. It turned out that the meat in the stew was the puppy that was sitting on my lap the day before. I've never been able to outlive that. Anyway, thank you. Have a great night, and back to the net.
just quick question. Simply see you, Tom. Next up, AK4G, Jim from Jacksonville, Florida.
Good evening, Grayson. And Grayson, River, Ivan, you guys rock, man. Superstars. Hey, look, the worst thing I've ever eaten was probably when I was a young boy, about 7 or 8 years old. My mother made me eat liver, and I hated it. It tastes disgusting. Everybody have a super fantastic weekend. Talk to you guys next week.
Okay. Any kids say, like, I hate it. It's intestine until you taste it, and that's kind of good. Simply see Jim. Next up, W2SAL, South from Chickamauga, New York.
Good evening, Grayson, and the rest of the youth crew out there. The worst, I got 2 of them. One of them was a salad, and the other one was a liquid. There's nothing worse than trying to drink bad milk, and then the other one was bad peanuts I tried eating one time. So with that, I'll send it back to you. Keep up the good work, and you kids out there enjoy it. 7-3, W2SEL, back to net control.
Yeah, I agree with these quite a lot. Simply see Sal. Next up, KQ8U, Bob from Esco Smith again.
Good evening, Grayson and the rest of the Youth Net crew. The worst thing I ever ate besides my ex-wife's cooking would be Japanese dish wasabi. That was real bad news like 20 years ago. Everybody have a good weekend. You're doing a good job. KQ8U, back to net.
Alright, simply see you, Bob. Next up, W2LBC, Randy from Leicester, New York.
Good evening, River, Ivan, and everyone on the Youth Net. I'll eat just about anything. The worst thing that I ever tasted was raw sushi. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2 RBC.
That feels like kind of an insult to me. Sushi's my favorite foods. Simply see Randy. Next up, N6QDQ, way from Beeville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, N3DQD here. Good evening, Grayson, and to the rest of the gang in here this evening. The worst thing I have ever eaten was fried bees. Back to net. This is N3DQD.
Alrighty, simply T-Way. Next up, HWI, Bonnie from Portsmouth, Ohio.
You're doing a fantastic job, just as all the youth net controllers do. I enjoy it. I like hearing you all call the net. So probably the worst thing I've ever eaten, I don't care for peppers, and especially hot peppers. So and I've eaten a lot of different things. I just really don't care for peppers much. Back to you, 7-3, AA8WI.
Alrighty, simply to you. Simply to you, Bonnie. Next up, N6QDY, David from Sacramento, California.
Hey, Grayson, River, and Ivan. You know, I look forward to this time of the week, looking at our youth and looking at our future. So you guys keep it up. That's awesome. Hey, the worst thing I've ever eaten was like spoiled rice, steamed rice. Didn't realize it was spoiled, but boy, that was nasty. So anyways, you guys keep up the good work, and thanks for having me. And thanks to everybody in the Zoom control room and on the net. N6QDY, back to net control.
Alrighty, some freaky some freaky Davis. Next up, KEH-PMK, shot from Alan Polk, Michigan.
Evening, Grayson and River and Ivan, and you three are doing an outstanding job and a great work on the radio. This is Kilo Echo 8 Papa Mike Kilo. And first off, before I get started, I owe you guys an apology. I've disrupted your net a couple of times, not following protocol, but it wasn't my fault. I was running a set drill last Saturday, and tonight we were just finishing up our repeater crawl, so my apologies there. And the worst thing I've ever ate, Brussels sprouts. I cannot stand those things. And with that, I'm going to hand it back to net control and say 7-3 from Kilo Echo 8 Papa Mike Kilo.
I can't lie, not gonna lie. Some freaky talk about it, you'll find about the pole cutting into us. Some freaky talk. Next up, K2CMT, Mike from D. Bailey, Florida.
Thank you, Grayson and River and Ivan. Good to see y'all here tonight too. I'll probably come back and do a recheck a little later on. Worst thing I've ever eaten, it's called tofu. My daughter is a vegetarian and she tried to serve me tofu or tofurkey, I think she called it, one Thanksgiving. Never happened again, folks. This is Kilo 2, Charlie Mike Tango.
Simply see Mike. Next up, Q4POK, Gonzo from Little Springs, Florida.
Good evening, Grayson, and everyone on the Youth Net. I have to say, liver. When I was a little kid, my mom made some liver. I really hated it. Never have it ever again. Back to net controllers, KQ4POK, clear.
Simply see Gonzo. So yeah, simply see Gonzo. Next up, BA Free by BA from Dunsville, Ontario, Canada.
Good evening, Grayson, and everybody on the net tonight. Normally, I love a good pulled pork sandwich, especially if I got a little bit of hot sauce on it. But a few weeks ago, we were out, and I bought a pulled pork sandwich, and I grabbed a bottle of hot sauce, and I went to put it on, and I got about half the bottle on my sandwich. I don't know, the lid must have come off or something. Anyway, I ate it all, and my mouth was on fire for about a half an hour after that. Anyway, this is VA3YBS. Back to you. You're doing a great job tonight on the net.
Police Bill. Next up, KO4COH. Hector from Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Good evening, Grayson. Top of the evening to the net. As always, you guys are doing a great job. I eat just about anything, but we did a pot pie and we put some fluorescent nuts or something like that. It was over 30 years ago. I don't even remember every time I even think about them, I just can't. That and liver. I haven't ate that in over 50 years. Can't stand the liver. And probably to top all those off, the worst was pigeon. I had some Homer pigeons and my stepfather had cooked them. And yeah, pigeons, homing pigeons. Okay, great evening to all. May God bless. KR4COH will be monitoring.
some police to you, Hector. Next up, N0RPLGX from Baytown, Texas. I'm just out remembering I have the check-ins list. I gotta write down. Well, not write down, but tell y'all.
X-ray Romeo Golf. You got Ron in Baytown. Your side of Houston. First off, some of the worst things I've ever eaten when I was a kid. I thought they were terrible, but now I kind of enjoy them. Those two things are cabbage and Brussels sprouts, right? But the worst thing I've ever eaten is surströmming, which is that fermented fish from... And yeah, it was one of those dare things. I thought I'd give it a try, and yeah, it was pretty awful. You guys are doing a fantastic job, Grayson, River, and Ivan. Very proud of you guys. So back to that. November 0, X-ray, Romeo Golf.
Alrighty, simply to Ronald. Next up, VE3 TGI and Tim from Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Great. And for everybody, see, the worst thing I ever ate is liver. I eat it. And never it is again. When I was younger and older, they're so doing a real good job there as a net controller there. They're doing very fine there. And thanks for letting me check in there. This is VE3 Portable Windsor, Ontario, Canada, 7321.
Alrighty, simply to you. Tim, next up, WE and CGI. Mike from Wakey Wacky, Florida.
Yeah, sure, Grayson. This is Mike in Weeki-Wachee, Florida. Look on your map. We're just due west of you. Just go out Highway 50 from Orlando there, and you'll see us, home of the Florida Mermaids. So, yeah, been around for a while. But, yeah, thanks for running the net, Grayson. You're doing a great job. The worst thing I ever ate is easy. It sticks in my head as a young man attending the Coast Guard Academy in New London, Connecticut, and not making a lot of money. We would go off base, and there was a place called Campus Pizza, and we would go in there, and we walked in there with a bunch of buddies, and I saw a family leaving, and they left like half a pizza on the table, and I said, "Jeez, I'm going to save me a little money," and I ran over there and grabbed a slice and shoved it in my mouth, and it was anchovies and black olives, and that is a lesson where you stay away from things that don't belong to you, and that was for sure the worst thing I ever ate with anchovies on it. Well, with that, back to you, Grayson, and net control. Whiskey Echo 7, Charlie Golf India, Weeki-Wachee, Florida, just due west of you, my friend.
Alright, some please to you, Mike. Next up, I'll hand it over to Tim from Liverpool. EGF, Ivan from Gasport, New York, you have 32 seconds. How are you trembling? You can come now, Ivan. Good evening, Grayson, and everyone else seeing this tonight. How does my humming sound? I'm going to answer the question, but if you can answer that for me after I'm done here. That's from the computer. I think it might be making humming on my All-Star node. Anyways, to answer the question, the worst food I've ever ate is probably cooked green beans. I've never liked them. I don't know why, but I do like regular green beans, not cooked. Another one is cheese. That, I think it tastes really good, but my throat does not like it, and it triggers my gag reflex, and I always vomit. So, yeah. It's kind of a funny thing, but a bunch of people in my family have bad gag reflexes, just like me, and, there's stuff that we can't eat because it will trigger our gag reflex. For me, it's cheese. So, anyways, I do really like cheese, though, but sadly, It's the texture. So if I can cheese it though on like say a burger or a sandwich that kind of hides like the texture of the cheese, then I really like it that way. Anyways, I'm going to say 73, so this is KE2, ECF, back to my control. Ivan, how do you live without cheese? Cheese is the greatest thing that was ever made. So please do, Ivan. I'm gonna hand it over to Dick now to hand it over to Wizzle.
4KV, KL4KV, WH3HC, record.
Let me get that node right off of there before we have an issue. Good evening again, everybody. It's Dick WB to JPQ. I'm your moderator here tonight. Like I said, I think I acknowledged KQ4GLY. Maybe I didn't. He's on the text log. We got Terry N5RTC. We got Fred from Reno, K7FPS. We got Larry, KM7CGI. And Dan, N7SH, and I know we got Happy KR4ERZ. I know you've been waiting, Happy. We'll get to you in just a minute, but let me get a nice list started here for Miss River. She's up next, so anybody anywhere would like to get on, talk to Miss River, call signs twice and slowly, please.
N2BH, N2BH.
Bravo 7, Charlie 3, India, Foxtrot Golf, W, Delta 7, Kilo, Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf, Delta.
KO4QMM, KO4QMM.
W2 KJV, W2 KJV.
KR4, FHD, KR4, FHD, in and out, 73.
KK4
Stop there
MAT.
for a minute. I need a little help
KK4
on
MAT.
the FGD.
No traffic.
FGD double the
Reflector.
FGD only, please. Like I said, double with somebody. Ray, FGD, was that you? Was a big double in there. The FGD call sign only, please.
Yes, Dick, that was me, KC3, FGD.
Oh, I thought I recognized your voice in there. And you had doubled with the WB7. The WB7 only, please.
WB7, VPI, Wilf, Gresham, Oregon.
Alright. VPI, very good. We got, let me just tell you who we got here before we hand it over to River. KK4MAT, KR4FHD, W2KJV, KO4QMM, KC3FGD, WB7VPI, N2BH, and I think I mentioned everybody else. Well, it's all yours, Miss River. Go right ahead and work this list. This is Dick, WB to JPQ.
Okay, thank you, Dick. Next up on the list, we have KR4EZR Happy in Hallandale Beach, Florida. Gotta say, I love the name Happy. ECR, Happy in Hollandale Beach, Florida. Please come now. We're going to move on. Next up, we have N7SH, Dan in Richland. I'm sorry that I don't know what that abbreviation is, if you could tell me.
Yeah, sure thing. Dan, N7SH, Richland, Washington. The WA is Washington. Up in the, the northwest corner of the U.S. I mean, south of Alaska and Canada, but northwestern corner of the U.S. And we're in the southeastern part of the state, so if that helps. As far as things I don't really care for, pumpkin, anything pumpkin pie, pumpkin this, pumpkin that, pumpkin. I'm not a pumpkin person. N7SH, back to net.
Well, I guess not everybody's a fan of pumpkin, but I personally love pumpkin pie. Anyways, next up we have KM7CGI, Larry in Maricopa. I'm also not sure what that abbreviation is, if you could tell me.
No problem. It's Maricopa, Arizona, AZ. We're about a half hour south of Phoenix out here, but the worst thing I had was I was on a cruise almost 40 years ago, and I tried a dish called smoked sable. Never heard of it, and it was the worst thing that I've ever eaten in my life. And I had the nasty taste of that food in my mouth for weeks after that cruise. It's almost like I could taste it right now. That's how bad it was. But so smoked sable was the worst I've ever had. Back to you.
Well, that must have been really bad, if you still remember it 40 years ago. Thank you for coming. Next up, we have K7FPS, Fred in Reno, Nevada.
Hello, Miss River and everyone on the net. For me, it would definitely be liver and onions. As a kid, my mom would make it like every 2 weeks, and I hated it. And I would sit there anyway, I would rather starve than eat it again. K7FPS.
Alright, from all the people here really not liking liver, I am never going to try it. Next up we have N5RTC, Terry in Austin, Texas.
Good evening, River. Thank you for doing, and Grayson, thank you for doing such a great job on the net tonight. My story's kind of different. Many years ago, I won't tell you how many, but it's been quite a few, somebody dared me to eat, and the fishermen will love this, to eat stink bait. Now, if you're a fisherman, you know why they call it stink bait. And I can verify that it tastes just like the name suggests. I did not add it to my regular diet, and I don't suggest that anyone else do that. N5RTC, back to net control.
Alright, thank you for coming. We'll not be trying stink bait. Anyways, next up we have KQ4GLY, Chris in Parrish, Florida.
Good evening, River, Grayson, and Ivan. The worst thing I ever ate was When I was in Korea, I had fried silkworms. They were pretty disgusting. Back to you, KQ4GLY.
That does sound really bad. Thank you for coming. Next up, we have N2BH, Bill in Palmyra, New York.
Good evening, River and everybody. You guys are doing a great job. Liverwurst. My parents used to eat liverwurst sandwiches, and I could never get past the smell, and I won't touch it today. N2BH.
Well, that sounds pretty bad. Next up, we have W7VPI, Wilt in Gresham. I'm not sure what that abbreviation, Oregon.
Alright, River. Yeah, this is Wilt in Gresham, Oregon, W7VPI. And I think the worst thing I ever ate was I tried a bite of lutefisk, which is salted cod, I think, or salted and fermented cod. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's almost as... I think I'd do lutefisk before I do the stink bait. But lutefisk is basically kind of like warm, salt-flavored Jell-O. Yeah, no, it's bad. Good job, W7VPI.
Salt-flavored Jell-O. Another thing that I am never touching. Thank you for coming. Next up, we have KC3FGD, Ray in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania.
Hey, good evening, River, and everyone on the net. Hey, wonderful job there this evening. Hey, I can just about eat anything, but years and years ago, I got some Limburger cheese. I couldn't even get by the smell of it, just horrendous. And one little bite of that, and that was the end of it for me. Never got near it again. Back to net.
Alright, thank you for coming. Next up, we have KO4QMM, Rod in Umatilla, Florida.
Good morning, River. And I'm down in Bradenton now, kind of portable, using Echo Link. And I gotta get frog legs in there. I had frog legs one time, and man, yep, just like pond water. You're doing a great job. KO4QMM clear.
I've had frog legs before, and I wasn't a huge fan of them. Thank you for coming. Next up, we have W2KGVJV, Tony in Homosassa, Florida.
Good evening, River, and everyone on the Youth Net tonight. Tony here. I have to go with, I think it's Nishi Swa or cold cucumber soup. My German aunt made me it once, and I just couldn't choke it down. So hope everyone has a great night. Back to you, River. W2KJV.
Alright, I personally have never had cold cucumber soup. I'll have to try that. Next up, we have KK4MAT Matthew in Lake City, Florida. It says here that you're new, so welcome to the Youth Net. Alright, I'll call you again. KK4MAT Matthew in Lake City, Florida. Alright, we're gonna move on. Next up, we've got KE2EDS, Mark in Elma, New York.
Good evening, River, and the rest of the group. You guys are all doing a great job. Good question. I'm going with salted sardines. I had them once and would never do it again. Have a great evening, guys. Again, doing a great job. KE2EDS clear.
Alright, thank you, Mark. Next up, we have KD3AJN, Anna in Beaver, Pennsylvania.
Good evening, River, and the rest of the crew in there tonight. You're all doing an awesome job. My dad always ate pig's feet. He always wanted us to try them, so he made us try them, which they were awful. They smelled terrible, and they tasted terrible. Everybody have a good night. KD3AJN.
Yep, I've heard of pig's feet, and I'm not sure if I'm ever going to try them, but next up we have KA8BYU, Roy in Blaisdell, New York.
Everybody on the Youth Net. Yeah, I gotta say the one thing that I tried one time and really did not like was borscht. It's a Russian beet soup, and oh, was that nasty. Back to you.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of borscht either. Thank you for coming. I'm going to hand it over to Dick so he can get some more check-ins. I'm not sure if I'm going to be coming back tonight. Back over to you, Dick.
Thank you, River, and certainly check in during the next portion. Thanks. We need, first of all, come into our Zoom room. Meet the kids, say hello to everybody. There's 246 others. There's a big gang in here tonight. Somebody said they were serving apple. I think it was CMT serving apple pie and ice cream after the net. So stop into the East Coast Reflector Zoom room. You can get there by a couple of ways. Our website. Just click on the box, it takes you right in, or you can use the bit.ly address, bit.ly/ECR and the word daily, ECR daily. So come in, support the kids, say hello after the net, and we'll hang around for a little while and have just a good time. We got David that checked in via the text line, K1TAQ. Let's take some more stations. We got to fill Ivan's portion out here. We got to get 12 or 14 or plus check-ins for Ivan. So anybody, anywhere, twice as slowly, please.
And 1 Kilo Delta 2, Kilo Alpha. 2, Kilo Alpha, Kilo. OSU, not for Ohio State University, out in Wisconsin.
Victor Echo 3, Bravo Charlie Golf. Victor Echo 3, Bravo Charlie Golf, Mike.
Whiskey Delta 5, Delta Oscar November. WD5 deal and done.
Well, we're not going to stop there. We're going to gotta get some more. I'll tell you what we got. Good evening, Joe, KE2ZYQ, Clinton Township, Michigan. We got Don in Corpus Christi, KE4ZYQ. We got Don, WD5DON, also in Corpus Christi. We got Mike, VE3BCG, Jerry, and for OSU. And just before Jerry, well, maybe Mark got it, just before Jerry is KD2KAK. Okay, pull that one right out, Mark, KD2KAK, great. And we get Johnny, N1YKT, and David, K1TAQ. And there was one down here that we got a question mark on. KD4RHO, is that correct? KD4RHO.
Just change the last character to Lima.
What a difference Ernest one letter makes, right? KD4RHL. All right, we need some more guys and gals. Got to support our youth net here. This is our future, and we're so proud to have this free. So come on, let's get a few more on here for Ivan. Like he said, he's in the begging portion, but I'm going to beg for him. Still, I got to get him at least 14 to work here, and then he'll have to work to get some more. So come on, anybody, anywhere.
2 Sierra Bravo, Kilo 2 Sierra Bravo Mike.
KR4GIP.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Juliet Charlie Lima, Denison, Iowa.
Dennis, good evening to you in Iowa, KF0JCL, River, KR4GIP. Sean, nice to see you on here, Sean. I heard you on the air the other day. K2FBM. Got Ernest, KD4RHL, KE2ZYQ. I think I mentioned all of these. Need two more, at least to start here. Come on. Two more call signs, please. I'm begging for the youth net.
Kilo November 4, Victory Foxtrot Lima, Charlie 4 VFL.
Kilo Hotel Tango.
We got you, Scott, from Boynton Beach, Florida, KN4VFL, and there was another station that doubled with it. The other station plays twice.
E2 KHT, Kilo Charlie 2, Kilo Hotel Tango.
From Islip, New York. We got you good. Oh, thank you. I want to turn this over to Ivan. Please stop in the Zoom room, guys and gals. Come in and support our youth. Say hello, wave to us. Please don't talk while we're running the net, but as soon as we're done, we'll be able to chat with you and have cake and ice cream if CMT shows up here tonight. Well, there you go, Ivan. There's a good list to start with. Thanks, everybody. This is WB2JP. It's all yours, Ivan.
Thanks, Dick. Good evening, everyone on the Youth Net tonight. Hopefully everyone's having a good time here. The question tonight is, what is the worst thing you've... Alright, so first off here, we're probably going to play this down to K1TAQ, who is via the text line. David in Anchorage, Alaska. Please come now.
Ivan, thanks for running the net tonight. Hello to everyone on the net tonight. My name is Dave. I'm K1TAQ. I live in Anchorage, Alaska, and I am Yupik. The worst thing I've eaten is actually probably kimchi from Korea, and that's mainly because I can't really handle anything spicy. So anything spicy is just not great for me, and that would be the worst thing I've eaten. Thanks so much. 73, back to you, K1TAQ.
Alright, 73 David, have a good one. Number bus on down to N1YKT. Johnny in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Please come now.
Hello there. Thanks for doing the. You guys are doing great tonight. The worst thing I've eaten is blue cheese, but not the creamy stuff. I could eat the creamy stuff with wings, but with the actual cheese, the fancy looking cheese, I almost threw up. You have a good night. N1YKT.
Yeah, Roger that, Johnny. I don't blame you. I've seen that cheese before. I've never thought it looked that good. But as a Buffalonian myself, the creamy blue cheese is the best thing in the world. Anyways, 73 to you. Now we're down to KD2, KAK, Brian in Carthage, New York. Please come now.
This is Kilo Delta 2, Kilo Alpha Kilo. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to say that the worst thing that I've ever had that I just care for is sushi or with a seaweed wrap. Really just don't care for it. I mean, I'll eat a lot of different things. In fact, I like kimchi, I like blue cheese, and some of the other foods, but sushi is just something that I just don't have the taste for at all. This is Kilo Delta 2, Kilo Alpha Kilo, back to net control.
73 Ryan, one thing I forgot to say earlier that I'm now thinking of, the truly worst thing I've ever eaten is definitely seafood. Me and my whole dad's side of my family, there's not a single person there that actually likes seafood, so, along with the gag reflex thing, I'd say seafood is the worst. Anyways, along with the 73, you have a good one. Now we're going down to Ohio State University, not for Ohio State University. Jerry in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Young man, you're doing a heck of a job. I can't stand rutabagas. I smell it and I go into orbit. Have a fine one. Keep the good work going. We'll catch you again. This is N4 OSU, not for Ohio State University. On Wisconsin. We're down.
Eagle Charlie 1, November Romeo Sierra, no traffic, Eduardo, Hartford, Connecticut.
Sorry about that, we're not taking seconds right now. 73 to you, Jerry. Now you're going to send down to VE3, BCG. Michael in Dryden, Ontario, Canada. Please come now.
3
You're in Dryden, Ontario, Canada. To say the worst thing I've ever eaten is probably tuna. And with that, I'll turn it back to net control.
What was your answer to the question again? Did you say chili? Did you say chili? Back to you.
No, I said tuna. Like the stuff you get in a can. Canned tuna.
Roger that, I got the answer there. Yeah, that stuff is pretty good. It's also seafood, so I don't like it. Anyways, 72. By the way, anything that doesn't have, swims is not something that I like. Anything under the water. Anyways, yeah, 73 Now it's best on down to WD4, DON. I like your vanity. Don in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Grayson, River, everyone else in the group. First time here, so enjoy you guys working the net. You're doing a great job.
and it's actually WD5DON. The thing I'd have to add to the list here, Brussels sprouts get another vote for sure. Not a fan by any means, and definitely would have to disagree with you on the seafood because you can't live on the coast, and at least not easily. So back to you, Ivan. Great job. WD5DON.
Alright, 33 down. I've never seen you checking this map before, but I guess not. As our check-in counter for you is low, so, or zero I should say. Anyway, it's time to pass on down to KE4, ZYQ, Joe in Clinton Township, Michigan. Please come out.
Good evening to Net Control on the net. Everyone's doing well, the Net Controllers. You guys got good radio presence and good modulated volume readability. This is 4 ZYQ Joe in Clinton Township, Michigan. And I'd like to say that the fellow Michigander, Mr. KEAPMK, I'm right with him. I cannot stand sprouts, and I do not want to eat and never will eat liver and onions. So there you go. A lot of similar items out there. So back to Net Control from Kilo Echo 4 Zulu Yankee Quebec.
Victor Kilo 5, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, VK5, CSW.
This is a controlled net. We're not taking check-ins right now, so please stand by until we take more check-ins. Now we're pressing down to KD4 RHL Ernest in Bronson, Florida. Please come now.
Good evening, Ivan and Annette. Well, a few things came to mind, but I'm going to go with oysters. They're really, really popular here in Florida, particularly on the Gulf Coast, and a lot of my family like them, and a lot of them eat them raw, but my oysters can stay in the ocean where they belong. Back to you, sir. Thanks, Ivan. KD4RHL.
Agree, Ernest. 73. Starting resident down to K2 SBM. Sean in Greensboro, North Carolina. SPM. Sean, are you still with me? Right, we're gonna skip down you here. We'll check back in with you. You might have been in and out there. Anyway, so I'm gonna pass it down to KR4 GIP River in New Bern, North Carolina. Please come now. Alright, thank you, Ivan. This is KR4 GIP. The worst thing I've ever eaten is papaya. I'm going to hand it over to my sister, who's operating under my call sign. Here she is. I've eaten some kind of gross things, although I do like a lot of foods. One of the worst things I've eaten is an MRE. They're not very appetizing, but the very worst I've ever eaten is, well, almost ate, is a piece of glass with a pastry I was eating. That was not a very fun experience. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good day. Alright, thank you, Sage. This is KR4 GIP. Back to you, Ivan. Of course, that's what they assign you in the military, so, you know, that stuff just wasn't that appetizing either. And for papaya, I actually like that stuff. We had a book assignment last year that was mandatory, and the teacher had us eat food for each one of the chapters. It was about the Great Depression, and one of the chapters was papaya. So I got to try papaya on a cracker, and I thought it was pretty good. Anyway, 73SU, we're going to pass them down to KF0JCL. Dennis in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Please come now.
This is Dennis, KF0JCL. Probably the worst thing I had, and my sister, my parents thought that we would really like some liver and onions, and it didn't go over well for the both of us, and to this day, I still can't eat them. Back to you, KF0JC.
Alright, 73SU Dennis, have a good one. Let's pass them down to KN4VFL, Scott in Boca Raton, Florida. It's kind of hard to pronounce. Tell me if I pronounced it right. Down to you.
Boca Raton. Yeah, and I agree, liver and onions wasn't great, but my mom used to put bacon on it, and that was better, but no good. But I traveled around, and I agree with some of these guys who were in Korea. The kimchi, I loved it. I don't know why. It must be where I was at from Pennsylvania. But they buried an egg underground called a balut in South Korea, or maybe they did in North Korea too. And that was a festival kind of thing that they dug up out of the ground and ate it later. So of course I was there and I tried it. No way. I'm going to do it again. No second bite.
Alright, 73SU Scott, have a good one. Now we're going to pass them down to KC2, KHT, Henry in East New York. Please come now.
This is Henry, KC2, KHT, Long Island, New York, East Islip. And I've had a few things that I just can't remember, but I do remember I tried liver and onions one time. I fried it up myself. I heard so much about it, and I could not eat it. So right now, that is on the top of my list that I can think of. Back to the net, KC2, KHT.
Henry, sorry about that. Just had to wait for my also know to stop ID in there. Don't really want that. The CW done over the reflector. So anyways, we're going to send down to Dick. I think he's going to take some more check-ins, probably in and out. But anyways, yeah. WB2, JPQ, this is KE2 and ECF. Take it.
Find you some more check-ins if I can, Ivan. Anybody anywhere? Come on, support our youth, guys and gals. This is Dick, WB2JPQ. Call signs twice, please.
WB0, QT 5, Charlie Bravo 0, yeah, South Australia, Quebec, Tango, Lincoln, Nebraska, name is Steve.
And 2ZVN, and 2ZN, and maybe third person.
Kilo 2, Sierra Bravo, Mike, Sean, checking in again. I think I dropped the ball and I missed my check-in last time. Something came up at my house.
Victor Kilo 5, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. Victor Kilo 5, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey out of South Australia, over.
KE9DFF, Kilo Echo 9, Delta Fox, Fox.
Right, let's tell you what we got. We got KE9DFF, Milton, Washington. VK5CFW, Carl from Australia. K2SBM is back. I don't know what happened, Sean. They called for you and you weren't there. Good evening to Alan and Kendall, New York. N2ZDN with perhaps Maddie. And Steve, WB0QQT. And I thought there was a VK3 in there, but maybe it was the VK5. Was there anybody that tried to get in that we did not recognize? I guess we got them, Mark. Back over to you. Ivan, why don't you work these? And I haven't looked at the pie chart. Might be kind of a little swooping, something all over the place, but you can give the stats tonight if you want. And thanks, everybody. Over to you, Ivan. This is WB2JPQ.
KK7 UGA, Portland, Oregon, Josh.
Alright, yeah, this is Ivan, K2 Jeff. Good evening, everyone. Back KK7UJ, Josh, we're not taking times at the moment, because of the fact it's the end of the night here, and I understand you just want to get in. We're going to let you in, but, yeah, usually during the night, please don't do that, but I'll accept it for then. Anyways, now I'm going to sit down to, let's see here, WB0QQT, Steve in Lincoln, Nebraska. Question of the night is, what is the worst thing you've eaten? Please come now.
Good evening to everyone here on the net, and not sure I got the question right. I heard somebody say they couldn't eat the liver and onions. Well, I still do when I can get it, but my wife won't fix it. But the two foods that I absolutely cannot touch, that's cottage cheese and pickled beets. And years ago, my wife and I were younger, her and my daughter used to can pickled beets, and I couldn't even stay in the house. The smell just offended me so bad. So I go in the garage or down in the basement. So that's it from here. Thanks. WB0QQT Lincoln.
3032 Lincoln, have a good one there. Or, not Lincoln, Steve, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong thing there. Yeah, have a good one. Now we're going to send down to N2 ZZN, possibly Maddie. Yeah, in Kendall, New York. Please come down.
Well, good evening, Ivan. And the rest of the crew, nice job. Well, my vote is Brussels sprouts. And that's got to be the worst. I would eat liver and onions before I would eat Brussels sprouts. So let's see what Maddie has to say.
Onions.
Yep, Maddie does not like onions. She picks them out of everything as she finds them. And two's at the end. That cannot control. Everyone have a great night.
Alright, 32 Alan, yeah. Maddie, I like onions. I like them cooked. It adds some extra flavor to your food there. Anyways, 73. Now I'm down to K2 SPM. Sean in Greensboro, North Carolina. Sorry about that. I forgot to come back to you there. I appreciate you checking in again, though. Yeah, please come now.
I appreciate it, Ivan. Thank you. K2 SBM, Sean from Greensboro, North Carolina. And I think I dropped the ball. I had something happen at my house. Somebody knocked on my door, and then I was sidetracked and blah, blah, blah. So my fault. Ham in a can, Spam, I guess, or a slimy ham in a can is probably the worst thing that I've ever eaten. I don't care for it. So that will be my vote, ham in a can. I'll send it back to you, K2 SBM.
Right, Sean, 73. I'm seeing so that stuff look too good. Not sure about Spam. It might taste good. Never tried it. Yeah. I've seen canned sausage. Believe me, that stuff makes you want to vomit. Anyways, 73. Alright guys, I'm down to VK5, CFW, Carl in South Australia. Anyways, down to you.
And VK5CFW. It's VK5CFW out of Port Perry, South Australia. I'd say right, which is a sheep's stomach. Not my favourite. I'd give that one a miss, I think. Back to you.
Right, yeah, Yeah, thanks, Carl. Can you come back with your answer again and say it a bit slower? Please come now.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, the answer is tripe, which is this sheep's stomach lining. I think I'd give that one a big miss as well. Thank you. Back to you.
Right, yeah, tripe doesn't sound so well, especially being a sheep's stomach. Anyways, 732, Carl. North Pit to KE9 DFF. Evan in Milton, Wisconsin. Please come now.
Good evening, everybody. KE9DFF, Evan out of Milton, Wisconsin. Believe it or not, I do not like bananas. Back to you, Net Control. KE9DFF.
Alright, well, 73 to you, Evan. You know, it kind of sounds like a weird answer. I'm not sure if those bananas are the worst thing you've ever had. Must really not like those bananas. Anyway, 73 to you, Northwest comes down to KK7, UGA. Joshua, who's new to the system, welcome. You also have an email on your QRZ page, so I would advise putting one on, and when you do, you'll get the whole rundown in one email from the East Coast Reflector. Anyways, Joshua in Beaverton, Oregon, please come now. Joshua, are you still with me? It seems we just got a carrier tone held down the whole time. Back to you. Well, it seems not. That was a very good net, guys. Thank you for everyone for checking in tonight. We had a whopping 3 check-ins. That's great. I haven't seen that many check-ins in a while. Alright, let's see what we got here. Well, there's a lot of stuff to say here, but I'm just gonna say our top, top answers. Alright, so our top answer is liver. I expected that at 8.3%. Second, actually, Brussels sprouts, and liver and onions tied for second, with both at 6.3%. And then we got a bad stew, which, that bad stew you're talking about there does not sound very good. Kind of weird, but I guess it's kind of what they do in South Korea. Anyways, then we had a wasabi dish at 2.1%, spam at 2.1%, and a salted cod at 2.1%. Sorry about that. Put the mic down. There's many other people, not people. Well, yeah, people that answered those one answer question or answers, and they're all 2.1%. Anyways, I'm offended by this. The call district number 4 got the highest number of check-ins. We had 15 check-ins from call district number 4, and only 14 from 2. Yeah, that kind of offends me, guys. Anyways, 3 and 7 tied with 6, and then we have for third place there, and then let's see here, we got call district number 8 in fourth place, which is or third place, which is also unexpected. Anyways, thank you everyone for coming out tonight. I gotta unkey the mic here. This radio I got, it's an Anytone, got a lot of resistance on the key here. Getting my fingers tired. Anyways, let me chop the mic real quick. Alright, thanks everyone for coming out tonight. I'm going to send it back to you, Dick.
Well, thank you, Ivan, and of course Grayson and River. What a fantastic job. I'm so proud of this. And like I said earlier, these kids coming up are the future of amateur radio. So try to get third party, get people interested. River came on board
when she first came, she came in as third party. So look what happened to her. So try to support us, gals. We need more youth. Third party is fine. Get people interested. And join us in the Zoom room. Cake and ice cream is happening here. So we'll see you all back here next Friday night at 8 o'clock. Our youth director, Carlos, will be back, and he will be moderating, I think. So thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend. This is Dick, WB2JPQ.